There might be some interesting people surrounding you if you go to the Giants. I know that you had a private workout with them last week. How would you grade yourself on the mental pop quiz that I'm sure Coach Dable threw at you?
Yeah, for sure. They definitely want to tell you, understand your intelligence, how much you love football. And I told them, I said, look, when you evaluating this process, you got to evaluate someone that loves football because they don't, they're gonna break. I told them that straight up, verbatim. And they
Wow.
said they all smiled, looked at each other, said, "You're right." I said, "I know." So, so no, but their process is for sure. The intelligence piece, you got to prepare, you got to understand their system inside and out. You got to be able to know everyone's responsibility. Because that ideally, like when you get in the huddle, you have to take full command of your
Hmm.
operation. You got to build the trust. You got to run the show. Ideally, the coach is not out there, so the stuff that you take from the meeting room, on everything as a whole, when you're not around the coaches, you take command of the huddle, and so it's just the reinforcement when you're having these meetings that you know what you're talking about, which how to operate, and then of course you're trying to see how you
Mm.
view football and how they can coach you. So, this preparational phase of draft prep. I think it's just their evaluation, seeing how I can coach you, and so
How do you evaluate how you did with the Giants? Pretty well. Are you happy with it?
yeah, yeah, I am.
I mean, I bet you Malik Nabers, who you're friendly with, went against him a bunch too, but I bet he's pushing the Giants front office to draft you.
Yeah.
You know he is.
Yeah.
What, why are you laughing?
Might be true.
It might be true. I know. I just figured I'm like the way you two talk about each other, you really
Right.
respect his game. Has he said great? What has he sold you on with New York?
Look, the thing about his game is very unique. He comes into the league with so many great skills, unique skill set, the competitiveness edge,
Yeah.
all those things that he has at the receiver position, I like at quarterback. And then we're both competitive. And so that competitive spirit from coming from LSU to Alabama on one roster is going to push, everyone on the team.
Yeah.
And so, it's definitely, if, I could choose, I'd love to play with them, but and then also we have a relationship, so
Of
it'd be cool.
course.
Just come in the locker room, we have a relationship with a guy.
Wait, stop. I can't imagine you and Jameis and Russell in the quarterback room.
Hey, look, that would be the funniest room in the NFL. Like hands down, that would be the best room.
Who would give a better speech, you or Jameis? Russell's been there, done that, but like Jameis gives iconic energy. Can you match that, surpass that?
Look, you gotta respect those that pay the way, so I can let him run the show. And so I give, when he speaks, I'm gonna echo what he's saying. So when it's
Yeah.
time, and then it's when it's time for me to be heard. But till then, I'm a reinforce, what boss man got to say, and the old heads in the room.
I love that. You're friends with some old heads in the room.